Yeah, let's wait for people to come in, and then we will get started with our little Q&A. Feel free to ask any of your questions, and we'll just answer as many as we can as we get through it.
We hope you're loving our YouTube content. It
Yeah.
has evolved over time. Typically, we do one style, but recently we've been posting different styles where we're like I'm walking and talking, or we're doing it in a kitchen, or in a gym.
Yeah.
Not a gym, but we have like a workout video that just came out
Yeah.
from our 4-week meal and workout plan, which is great. Right now, the 4-week meal and workout plan is available, but doors are closing tonight, and everything that is offered and included in it, like all the amazing bonuses, including a whole year free in the sisterhood or a $250 voucher for a lab kit, these are all available until midnight. So if you want to enroll, head over to Instagram and click the link in bio.
Hello to Solvega, our first comment of the live. Solvega, hello, how are you doing? Again, if anyone has any questions, feel free to put it in the chat box, and we will go ahead and answer it. She asks, how is Scotland? It's great. We're in Edinburgh right now, and we are really enjoying it. Very different here than London, in a good way, of course. Both London was great, Edinburgh is great, so it's amazing.
Can you do a workout challenge type of thing? So the 4-week meal and workout plan is like a challenge. We have created this so that you can follow it step by step. And if you join before the end of the day, you can also join the sisterhood. You have a whole free year where you can tell us how you're doing, and you have like access to us basically one-on-one in the private Facebook group, and you can tell us how you're doing and your progress in the 4 weeks. So it's kind of like a challenge.
Yeah. And if you want to see how the workouts are, we recently uploaded a full-length workout on YouTube, and basically you can see how it is. It's about 35-minute workout, because that's all you have to really work out to lose weight with PCOS. You don't have to work out for hours. Try it out, see how you like it, and if you like it, you can always enroll with the link in bio. And yeah. All right. Madiha says, hi, my BMI is normal. What can I do to control my symptoms? Ooh, great question.
BMI isn't a very accurate reflection of health. So I wouldn't totally rely on that to reflect PCOS. I mean, you can still have hirsutism, hair loss, facial hair, acne, and all these awful symptoms, even if your BMI is fine. So what can you do? You can manage your PCOS type, and you can take it from there. So if you have a lot of inflammation, if you have a lot of cravings, if you have a lot of fatigue, I mean, these are all symptoms of different PCOS types. Once you know your PCOS type, you can take the next steps. And if you want to find out, there's a really fun quiz you can take on our page to discover your PCOS type.
Yeah. Layla says, oh my God, my profile picture, I'm always at your Instagram lives. Oh, Layla, that's so sweet. We're so happy you're always on the gram. I guess it's funny to see you now on YouTube, but thank you for joining. We really appreciate it. Vasavi says, hi from India. Shout out to all our Indian sisters. We love having you here. Madiha asks, what's the best way to manage hirsutism and reduce free testosterone? Great question. So many times hirsutism can be due to insulin resistance, because insulin resistance can actually cause your ovaries to overproduce testosterone, which can then lead to those hirsutism symptoms such as acne, hair loss, facial hair, and etc. So to really reduce the testosterone, you want to really focus on the root issue, which again is insulin resistance. We have a whole YouTube video about that. And also, you can drink spearmint tea 3 times a day. Drinking spearmint tea through research has been shown to actually reduce testosterone as well.
Yes.
All right, Radhika, hi from Bangladesh. Question. Oh, sorry, go for it. I'll say a question from Nicole to you, Italian. My question is, typically, how long does it take to see results after going gluten and dairy free?
So for some people, they immediately see results. Their bloating is better, it's gone. Their cravings are better. Maybe they'll see the scale drop in just 1 week because of that water retention that happens when your insulin's so high and you're so inflamed. You lose a lot of weight at first. And then some people, it takes a few weeks. So maybe you'll start seeing some symptoms get a little bit better, but that weight loss happens later. Oftentimes, if you go fully gluten and dairy free for 30 days and then reintroduce it, you'll know how it's affecting your PCOS symptoms. So I highly suggest doing it for 30 days to really have a clear understanding of what's going on. That's how we've designed the 4-week meal and workout course, where it's a 30-day plan to help you follow this method to the T. It's super easy to follow. Grocery lists, meal plan, video tutorials, everything. You can follow it, and after the 30 days, you'll know, is this right for me? Should I continue doing what I learned from this course? And
Mm-hmm.
you totally can if you want to, because it's really an educational course at the same time. So you understand why we're choosing different ingredients for PCOS or working out in a certain way for PCOS.
Yes. Awesome. If you're liking this live, please feel free to leave a like on the video. That helps us out very much. We always appreciate every like. Next question from Jocelyn, and we're gonna answer all the questions. I'm just going in order that we're seeing on the chat. Jocelyn asks, "I've been doing great being gluten, dairy free, and low sugar, but whenever I get my period, I get so much cravings and want to eat more. I'm still taking Ovasitol, but how do you control this?" So great question. What actually happens when you're on your period is that your body goes into a hypoglycemic state, meaning there's a lot of blood sugar irregulation happening. So it's very common during your period to actually experience cravings. So you really want to, during your period, you really want to hone in on focusing on improving your insulin resistance, for example, finding your carb tolerance and really managing throughout that period of time. Of course, keep on taking your Ovasitol if you already are, because that's going to just continue to help. But also accept that, during your period, your body's going through a different state in your cycle, and that's always going to make it a bit more difficult with cravings. So just understand that it's not your fault, and it's actually like more hormonal. And yeah, any other tips you would give about
No,
that?
I think that was great.
All right. Radhika asks, opinion about apple cider vinegar.
So, apple cider vinegar is one of the ingredients that I use throughout the course because studies show, and I mean throughout the 4-week meal plan, because studies show that apple cider vinegar can help with improving insulin sensitivity. So, if you're eating a high carb meal or if you're just eating any meal, it's great to splash some apple cider vinegar on your salad or take a shot of it or put it in a little bit in your water or something, because you want to manage your insulin levels as best as you can. Like that is key for managing PCOS. And anything that you do can affect your insulin levels. And like what time you eat, how you pair your foods, what ingredients you choose. So you want to optimize that as best as you can. And how do you do that? In order to optimize it, you have to pair your meals properly. You have to make sure that you're including ingredients that help with your insulin sensitivity. And apple cider vinegar is one of them.
Yeah, and that's something we do with our 4-week meal and workout program is we incorporate all these different ingredients, because of course like apple cider vinegar isn't the only like answer to PCOS management. There's also additional things that you can incorporate. For example, pumpkin seeds, because pumpkin seeds have been shown to lower testosterone. So throughout the 4-week meal and workout plan, we're incorporating tons and tons of ingredients into your meals. So you're basically helping to reverse PCOS symptoms and helping the hormonal imbalance, because you really don't want to like we help you learn it in such a way where you're just like injecting it into your food without really trying to actually take pumpkin seed oil, or without having to drink a gallon of apple cider vinegar every week or something. So if that's something you like, if that's something you want to incorporate day to day, like check out the link in the description. You can like check it out while we're doing this live and see if you have any questions about it. Because we have that whole we have the doors or open. We have the doors open until midnight tonight, because when you enroll today, you get a whole year free in the sisterhood, and you get a whole deal off of a lab kit that can help you get the root causes of your PCOS. So highly recommend it.
Yes.
Okay.
How do you find your carb tolerance?
Oh, great question.
So, when you enroll in the 4-week plan, like I said, you get a whole year free in the sisterhood, and that's where you're going to learn these things that you layer onto the gluten and dairy free lifestyle. What is your carb tolerance? How many carbs can your body take in a day, right? So, what you would do is track, and you would discover like how you feel at 150 grams of carbs a day, how that makes you feel. Are you fatigued? Are you full? Are you satisfied? You know, that's really important to understand before you slowly lower your carb intake. You don't want to drastically lower it. Just slowly, slowly lower it to find the right carb tolerance for your body.
Yes. Hello to Amanda from Tennessee. Hello to Chris in Romania. Love seeing everybody here. Um, Going on to, I just found out I had PCOS last month and I'm afraid of gaining weight. That's a comment from Kim. Kim, we totally understand being diagnosed with PCOS can be really daunting and can really feel like overwhelming. So we completely know what you mean. We just want you to know that it's possible to still have a perfectly normal life with PCOS. We have thousands of sisters who's been diagnosed and have reversed their symptoms and they live day to day without really going through them. It takes a bit of diet and lifestyle change, but it's very possible. It's like, for example, Tanya is a great example. She was diagnosed with PCOS about 10 years ago. She had ovarian cysts, but she got rid of her ovarian cysts all naturally just through diet and lifestyle. So we just want you to know it's very possible. And one step that we would highly recommend to get started with is taking our quiz on learning about your PCOS type. It's like a 2-minute quiz that helps you learn what your PCOS type may be and gives you some next steps to get started. So if there's anyone who's new, you can go to our YouTube channel. On the top banner, there's a quiz you can click on, or just go to our website, pcosweightloss.org. We also have the quiz over there as well.
Shaida says, I did gluten and dairy free for 30 days, but haven't had my period. What should I do? So gluten and dairy free is a great kickstart if that helps with your symptoms. Other things to help get your period back or even get rid of ovarian cysts include anything that will help you reduce inflammation and manage your insulin levels. You want to create that environment for your ovaries consistently for 3 months. So, I mean, there's so many components and that they're all covered in the 4-week meal and workout plan. What time you eat, how to pair your foods, protein, carb, fiber, fat, make sure that there's enough on your plate and it's balanced for blood sugar control to keep your insulin levels low. Choosing anti-inflammatory ingredients, whether they're gluten and dairy free or something else. All of these things, doing slow weighted workouts that don't pump stress hormones. These really create that healthy environment for your ovaries. And a lot of sisters have told us that their ovarian cysts were just gone. Not only did they lose weight, but their symptoms got better. They got their periods back. They layered on other lifestyle changes like taking Inositol, a great supplement for PCOS. And all in all, they're thriving with PCOS. And it's totally possible. You just have to be consistent. And we want to give you the tools to be able to do that. That's why we created the 4-week plan.
Yes. And speaking of that, Rabia says, I have recently started the process of going gluten free and lost 20 pounds. Great job, Rabia. She says, but my weight has plateaued. What can I do to start the weight loss again? So many times when you're losing weight with PCOS, it's common to hit that plateau, but that's almost very similar to like a runner's wall. I'm sure you've heard like when you go on like a marathon, there comes a point where it feels like you can't keep running anymore. But it's like a wall that you just have to break through and keep and stay consistent with what's been working for you. So many times, if you keep working on what's been working, you break through that plateau wall and can continue to lose weight. But in addition to that, look at what you've already done that's helped you so far, and what else can you add onto your lifestyle. Maybe you've done a lot with your diet, but maybe there's some stress relief that you can do. For example, focusing on self-care, focusing on other portions of the PCOS that can help further on.
Yes.
All right.
I was going to say something.
Yes.
What was it? I forgot.
I'm not
What
sure.
What did you just say? Wait.
Talking about hitting a weight loss plateau.
Oh, yes. Okay. So great job losing 20 pounds. Now start layering on the other things that help you lose weight. I mean, think about it. Like, are you walking 10,000 steps a day? That can really help with metabolic dysfunction and helping your metabolism improve. Are you lifting weights, doing the slow weighted workouts 3 times a week? Are you having a solid sleep schedule? Because that really helps with insulin sensitivity. What else? There are so many different things you could do to help you kickstart your metabolism again and get out of that weight plateau. Just keep at it, keep being consistent, discover your carb tolerance, do all the things. We have something called the 5 steps to PCOS weight loss, and it's in the sisterhood. So again, when you join the 4-week plan, you have a whole year free in the sisterhood, and you get access to these resources that can help you with these kinds of situations, because it doesn't just end at eating gluten and dairy free. There's a lot of different layers to PCOS weight loss.
Yes. All right. Again, if you're finding this live helpful, please leave a like. That helps us out as a channel. We appreciate every like that you leave. Question from Chris. Just a question here. We don't have inositol in true form, but we have myo-inositol, and I take fenugreek. Is that okay? So when it comes to looking for a inositol supplement, for those that don't know, inositol is the most researched supplement for PCOS, and because of that, there's the research shows that it's just as effective as metformin for helping with insulin resistance, but metformin has 5 times the amount of side effects. This is really interesting because when you look at the studies, they literally help in the same exact way. However, metformin has 5 times the amount of side effects. So if you're looking for an inositol supplement, our favorite is ovasitol because it comes in the 40-to-1 ratio of myo and D-chiro-inositol, which is the ratio used in the studies, and it comes in a 4,000 milligram supply, which is the dosage that's used in the studies. So if you're looking for an inositol supplement, if you can't find ovasitol, just to let you know, they do international shipment if you go through FAQ section. But not just that, you can just try to find one in your area that follows that same exact method, 40-to-1 and a 4,000 milligram daily dosage. So 2,000 in the morning and 2,000 in the evening. That's what we generally recommend.
Will PCOS cause psoriasis? This is a great question. I want to talk about it because a lot of people struggle with skin conditions and cystic acne and rashes and psoriasis. So, PCOS is an inflammatory condition, and gluten and dairy are inflammatory endocrine disruptors. So, if you are sensitive to gluten and dairy and you're constantly eating it, it's going to promote that inflammation and it's going to show up one way or another. For some people, it could be skin issues. For others, it could be ovarian cysts. It just depends on the person. So I really suggest going gluten and dairy free for 30 days to see how you feel, to reduce that level of inflammation that it might be causing you. PCOS is inflammatory, psoriasis is inflammatory. They could go hand in hand. I'm not familiar if there's like literally a research study that ties them, but it just makes sense. If they're both inflammatory conditions, you have to manage your level of inflammation.
Yes. All right. Question about belly fat. So weight in the midsection area. So it's very common for PCOS women to experience really stubborn belly fat that just won't go away. And the reason for that is two things. One is insulin resistance. I know we talk about insulin resistance a lot here, but that's because 80% of sisters have insulin resistance, and that's usually a precursor for many of the symptoms that you're experiencing. So, insulin resistance has been shown to lead to weight gain specifically in the midsection. Second reason for that is also high cortisol. So, research shows that cortisol leads to weight gain, but specifically in the midsection as well. So again, if you want to lose weight in the midsection, it's not about just doing ab workouts over and over again. Because research has shown that doing a workout in one part of your area is actually not going to lead to you losing weight in that one part. So for example, doing 1,000 crunches doesn't actually lead to losing weight in the stomach area. That's basically BS. Really, you want to focus on full body workouts that are going to spend the most amount of energy, aka fat, to recover. Because when you work out your entire body will need the most amount of resources to recover versus just your abs, which are a much smaller portion of your body. So focus on insulin resistance, focus on keeping your self-care going so that you don't have high cortisol, and three, focus on full body workouts, where you're working out the entire body instead of just your abs. All right. And again, just to kind of go off of that, our 4-week meal and workout plan focuses on these really important factors. So the whole meal plan is focused on helping with insulin resistance, and the whole workout plan is focused on full body workouts, lower body workouts, upper body workouts, so that you're working out compound muscles, multiple muscles at the same time, to really give you the most effective amount of time to lose weight. And they're not like 2 3 hour workouts, not at all. They're 30-minute workouts, and all you do is 3 to 4 times a week. And the great thing is, you do the workouts with me, with Tallene, with our fellow sisters. We actually have group workouts with Tallene's sister, Tallene's friend, and you basically follow along the entire workout, and that's what really makes them fun. And even the meals, they're all in video format, so you can basically watch and follow along as you're cooking at home. All right, I talked a lot right now.
You did.
Okay, let's see a question for Tallene. Um, how to lose weight for hormones? It's kind of what we're already talking about here, right?
So you can't lose weight for hormones. You have to get your hormones to like your hormones affect your metabolism. So once you manage your hormones, then you can lose weight. So manage your hormones for weight loss is the order of things, not weight loss for hormones.
Exactly. Yeah.
So you want to manage your hormones. And what does that mean? You actually have so much control over a lot of hormones. So there's cortisol, your stress hormone. There is insulin, the one that's affecting your blood sugar. These are two major hormones that you have control over. And once you control them, you're going to help the other hormones like progesterone, when you ovulate, or your estrogen or your testosterone. A lot of sisters have high testosterone, but it's because your insulin isn't being managed. And so how does this lead to weight loss? Well, insulin and cortisol can cause weight gain in the midsection, belly fat. And it's really hard for women with PCOS to lose that belly fat because we're not told to manage insulin and cortisol. And once we get that under control, then we can see that result that we want. Then we see our waist to hip ratio reduce and become what it should be.
Yes.
So insulin, cortisol. And what does that have to do? That has to do with how you eat, what foods you choose, how you balance it on your plate, what time you eat, the way that you sleep at night, the way that you work out. All of these things affect those two hormones that ultimately affect everything else. And again, the 4-week meal and workout plan, we cover all of this. Every single thing that we have chosen in that plan is to support insulin and cortisol. And that's how we see the weight loss results.
Yes. And again, if you want to see what that meal plan is about, it's a link in the description. You can go look at it right now, click on it, take a look at it, see what you feel, and ask us any questions on this live if you want to learn more about it. But we highly recommend, if you're interested, to enroll today, because today is the last day before the doors close to all the exclusive bonuses. Again, when you enroll today in the meal and workout plan, you get 1 year free in the sisterhood, and you get $250 off a lab kit that helps you find the root causes of your PCOS. Highly recommend taking a look. All right, are you in favor of seed cycling? Well, seed cycling has been shown to help with, balancing hormones, especially throughout your menstrual cycles. So it's something you can definitely try and see if it works for you, but we don't think it's the end all be all, of course. Okay. Am I just wasting my money on my skincare, like active cleansers and all? Great question.
Well, I don't know if you are, because I don't know what you're using, but I wasted a lot of money on skincare. And I thought that like crazy facials and like expensive products and like makeup was going to help. And it doesn't at all. The only thing that has helped me is going gluten and dairy free and managing my PCOS in the ways that we've been talking about, because that cystic acne, those scars, everything that's going on with your skin has to do with your PCOS, especially the cystic acne. Because if you have high testosterone from PCOS, what happens is that high testosterone causes your oil glands to overproduce sebum.
Oh my God!
And
Did you
that
just say?
combined with inflammation is going to create cystic acne, really painful, swollen, red cystic acne. It doesn't matter what products you're using, that has to do with your diet, that has to do with PCOS. So I highly suggest shifting your focus towards your diet. I used to eat literally just one slice of cheese with my breakfast every day, no other dairy product, just that. And that was enough to have a full face of cystic acne. So, I mean, if just that little bit hasn't, I mean, imagine if I was eating it multiple times a day or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I really suggest figuring out how gluten and dairy is affecting you and reducing them or cutting out as soon as you can.
Yes. For people asking about the lab kits, yes, they are international. And there's a great question here. What's the cutoff value for testosterone? The range in the labs are huge. That's very correct. So conventional lab tests, they have a very wide range, which is why a lot of times PCOS goes undiagnosed. However, the lab kit that we love, that's our favorite, is actually a functional lab kit, which with a much tighter range. And the great thing about this lab kit that you get when you enroll in the PCOS meal and workout plan
The
is
voucher that you get
yeah
for the lab kit.
yeah, when you get this voucher, this lab kit, once you get your results, you get a 30-minute call with a health coach who tells you exactly what supplements that you should be taking based on your lab results. So that's why we again love this lab test that comes with the voucher that comes with this 4-week meal and workout plan. All right, question about, or Layla says, just want to say I was lost and sad before I found you guys. Thank you so much. 2 weeks into gluten dairy free, and my life just changed. Layla, we're so happy to hear that. Everyone, please
Yay!
leave a like for Layla and her progress. We're so happy for you, Layla. All right, let's answer a couple more questions here. CBD alternatives. All right, so if you don't have access to CBD and you're trying to lower inflammation, a great I would say a great alternative is probably like omega 3. Omega 3 fish oil is really good for lowering inflammation. Curcumin is a great one. Curcumin has been shown to lower inflammation as well. So highly recommend those two.
Yes.
All right.
What time do they close?
I don't know. I think we're supposed to leave at 6, but all right. Let's go
Okay.
for a couple more minutes. Um, I'm not getting period from the last 4 months. What should I do to get periods this month?
So, if you are trying to manage anything that has to do with your ovaries, you really want to manage your blood sugar control. So, discovering your carb tolerance, reducing insulin levels by choosing anti inflammatory foods that are gluten and dairy free, all of these things can really help with you being able to get your period back. So, I highly suggest focusing on blood sugar control, having a high protein breakfast, making sure there's a protein, carb, and fat and fiber on your plate for lunch and dinner and breakfast, and making sure that you are doing everything to support blood sugar because it has you like I used to think that like having parsley tea was going to get my period back. No special remedy, herb, whatever, like is going to help you unless it's really targeting your blood sugar. That's why taking an Inositol supplement really helps because it's
Mhm.
targeting blood sugar. That's why changing your diet and lifestyle helps. It's targeting blood sugar. There's no special like tea or something that's going to like get your period back. It's all about blood sugar control.
Yes. And yes, the lab kits are available outside of the US. They're available international. Okay. All right. So if this live was helpful for you, please leave a like for us. That really helps support our channel, and we appreciate every single like. But with that, just want to say one last time, the 4-week meal and workout plan is available and the doors are closing tonight at midnight. When you enroll today, you get exclusive bonuses that will no longer be available. The bonuses are 1 year free in the sisterhood and the $250 off our the lab kit voucher. The great thing with the 4-week meal plan is it sets you up for 4 weeks of success and you get lifetime access to the 4-week meal and workout plan. So once you're done with it, you can keep taking it over and over again until you feel like you've really mastered it. But not just that, beyond the 4 weeks, you get the 1 year free in the sisterhood membership, which is even more can be more beneficial because you're getting support from other sisters in the private Facebook group where me and Tyne are there every single day answering questions. You get access to the 5 steps to PCOS weight loss, which is our learning path to help you reverse your PCOS. You get access to 50 plus more recipes and monthly workout plans, all for an entire year for completely free. Plus, in 2 months, we're going to be releasing our application, our mobile app, so that when you're basically in the sisterhood, you're going to get access to that app for free.
We have an app coming out.
That's right, app coming out.
All right, sisters, we will talk to you soon. Thanks so much for joining this live.
Yes.
See you on Instagram.
Take care, everybody. Love y'all.
Bye.
Have a great day.